Hi, my name is Jahangir. By profession, I am an advocate and I practice law in Lahore, Punjab, Pakistan. And today I have arrived in order to talk upon a very special topic named as the corrupt judicial system, judiciary, or judges in Pakistan. Before diving into today's topic, I would like to share my credentials and contact details with all of you people. My contact number is +923244139397 and my office address, which is also my residential address, is house number 14, street number 2, Faroukganj, Lahore. In case any of you ever find the need of contacting me and approaching me in order to get the legal solution of your legal problems, or you would like to consult with me regarding any of your legal problem in your life, then you can contact me anytime upon my aforementioned and previously described contact. It is noteworthy to tell you people that I charge just 2500 Pakistani rupees as a consultation fees if you are interested just to get an online or in person legal consultation. And if you people would hire me in any of your case or would like to get any of your legal chores done by me, then I would happily and I would feel pleased to give all of you people free legal consultancy throughout our litigation journey in the courts regarding that case of yours. So, and before I start my today's topic, I would like to make one request to all of you, and that is if at any time, uh, sorry, wherever you people will see my this video and content, kindly share, like, subscribe, and refer me to other people so I would be able to provide benefit to as much people as I could and as much as I can. And I also apologize to all of you that I remain absent for the last many days. This happened because I was busy in many of my daily life chores and I didn't find the time to talk all of you and the time to share my views or discuss any topic or talk about upon any legal topic with all of you. But today, as I visited the court, and today, as I was very eager to very eager to talk with all of you, so I decided to make a video and talk with all of you people and share some of my today's experience with all of you people. So let's start off today's topic, which is obviously, as earlier described, is corrupt judicial system, judges, or judiciary in Pakistan. As many people already know, my earlier told story to all of you people, and those who don't know, I would like to add my story into their information, and that was, as I had told you people, that I in back in November, December 2023, I used to sit in one of the sitting in one other, which is a lower civil court in Lahore, Punjab, Pakistan. And basically the practice in Lahore and in all over the Pakistan is that the area in which courts reside, people set up lawyers set up their temporary uh, temporary uh, possessions, which is also called the chambers in the vicinity of the courts. They are not legally of their property. They don't pay their rent, and they are these places are not their legal possessions. So basically, what happens is that this depends upon the strength of the lawyers, and how many lawyers and people you have. The more power and more people men you will have, the more you would be able to get to illegally possess the court area, or at any place in Pakistan. But especially right now, I am talking about the area uh, in the locating in the vicinity of the courts. So basically, it happens. I as it is not the property of anyone, and it is the mutual public property of every lawyer who passed the bar exam. So I started sitting at an empty place, and where some chairs and a table was had uh, was placed, and I when I started sitting there, then there was no one at that time. But when so I was talking about that I was I started sitting there at that empty place, and I continued my habit for 3 to 4 continuous weeks, until a time arrived when a lawyer named Mirza Tokhal Beg, and had his late 40s, arrived, or maybe in his early 50s, arrived and asked me to stand up from that chair, and from that place where I was sitting. I asked him that I am sitting here for the last 3 to 4 weeks, and I sit here from dawn to afternoon. Moreover, I also haven't seen during this period. I haven't ever seen anyone at this place, and this at this place only hawkers and the product sellers were were used to sit. He replied to me that if you are sitting here for the last 3 to 4 weeks, then I am sitting here for the last 20 years, and this is my sitting for the last 20 years. This is my place chamber for the last 20 years. So finally what happened is that he started abusing me and giving me life threats that and asked me of dire consequences if I didn't get up from that place and ran away from that place. He tried to accumulate the help and gather the strength from the surrounding sitting lawyers and by the passers-by. I described my story to everyone, and finally, a time arrived when he actually hired the two hooligan lawyers and involved two hooligan, merciless and cruel and bad lawyers to help him to remove me from that place. And they asked me one of the two lawyers name was Advocate Numan Bajwa, and he was from the maybe from Sahiwal, which is a district of Punjab, Pakistan. He was a villager and a rural man. Uh, he asked me what happened. I described my story to him, and he suddenly started abusing me. And he gave me life threat to stand up from that place. When I refused, then he started beating me, along with his other lawyer and some other accomplices. And when I got up from that place after saving my life and escaping from the scene, then I started calling on different numbers from on the on the numbers of influential bar members of the Lahore bar, and I also called my friends and classmates and colleagues, but everyone who attended my call said that they are unable they were unable to help me in that regard because in the matter of lawyers no one wanted to get involved. And upon this, I also tried to get help from the passers-by and passerby lawyers, and in which many were my friends, and in which one was a previous Punjab Bar Council member Rana Asif. He too said to me that these fights are life-taking fights because illegal possessing these types of illegal possessions is the habit of lawyers, and they take lives of the others on these matters. And he asked me to go to some other place, shift to some other place. Upon this, and after disheartening from the attitude of the or of my own legal community, I called the emergency helpline of police 15. I called them again and again, and I asked them for help, but they said to me that they are conveying my message to the relevant officer, and he would contact me just in a minute and just in a while. But the relevant officer didn't contacted me ever. But I was continuously calling them, and upon this they gave me the number of the relevant officer who had to come on the crime scene uh, and catch the culprits, and who had to caught the culprits, and who had to resolve the complaint, who had to arrest the culprits or accused. I called him, then he made an excuse to me that he was a very at a very far distance from that crime area, and some place named Band Road, Lahore. I asked him that it is his duty to protect my life and come on the crime scene, and if he remained fail, then these hooligan, merciless, and bastard lawyers will take my life. But he was adamant and fearing not to come on that place. Upon this, I started calling on the personal number of Superintendent of Police of Lahore City, and every time I called him, his operator attended the call. First time when I called him, then his operator attended the call, and he said that he would convey my message to the relevant station house officer of the relevant police station. But after my first talk with him, no one contacted me. Then I again called him second time, and the operator again said to me that he had earlier contacted and conveyed the station house officer as such of the relevant police station, and which was Islampura, Lahore, and he said that he would again will pass the message to them. I said okay. Again I waited for some minutes, but no one called me back. And third time I called the operator again, and this time too he again committed to pass the message. Finally, after this conversation, the and my numerous made contacts with the area officer, relevant officer who had to arrive on the crime scene. Finally, he arrived with a very difficulty, and after arriving, he started apologizing and requesting, imploring. He started imploring, pleading, and requesting the hooligan lawyers and the crowd of lawyers to forgive my life, means my life. And he implored before them that kindly resolve the complaint by their own. I asked the police officer to kindly arrest these hooligan lawyers as they have committed the cognizable offense, which is uh, which can be which can be which can be cognizance in the police, and in which police can arrest, and it is the and police is duty bound to arrest them. But he said that he said that he will not arrest them. And those hooligan lawyers shouted and started saying that take this man, means me, to the committee room. And there surely they had to beat me to death or brutally. And they started slapping me and abusing me and kicking me. And in this whole scenario, the police man, sub inspector Ashraf, named Ashraf, of police station Islampura Lahore, and the gunman and his gunman, who had also the AK-47 along with him, but just of name, as they rarely use it, named, and his name was uh, Sajjad, and both of them ran from the crime scene by leaving me alone and by living my life on the mercy of them. When I, with a very difficulty, and after pleading for my life and after showing my bar card, lawyer's card to them, saved my life and escaped from the crime scene by saving my life. And during the whole scenario, my wallet too had been stolen by them and withdrawn by them. But someone eventually called me and handed that over to me, and during which too I took a policeman along with me. After this, I went to the area police station named Islampura police station and tried to submit my written complaint to them, but they refused to take my written complaint by making an excuse that as I had mentioned the name of the police officers in that complaint, and as this complaint also includes the names of the officers, that's why they were unable to take my complaint, and rather they referred me to the higher competent authority named Superintendent of Police of City of Lahore. I reached there in a very nervous situation, and I tried to meet with Superintendent of Police of Lahore City, but he was too busy. And during that time, a DSP consoled me and asked me that he will resolve my complaint. He called the Secretary Lahore Bar Association, Malik Kafil Khokar, and asked him to arrange a sitting for me and resolve the matter by their own, as they are unable to intervene in their matters. I asked the Deputy Superintendent of Police that this matter is not beyond your jurisdiction. It comes in your jurisdiction, as you people are the protectors of life and life, liberty, and property of the citizens of Pakistan, and it's your duty to provide protection to every individual being residing in this country. But he said that he will not intervene in the matters of the lawyers and referred me to the Punjab Bar Council, where too I submitted my complaint, but they didn't do anything. Anyway, And finally, a time arrived after a long wait of 3 to 4 hours when Superintendent of Police found the time to talk with me. And when I started telling him the story like I am telling all of you people, then he he didn't listen my story for a longer period of time. Rather, took my story as a normal story and uh, behaved like as they usually behave, and as and considered it the part of his duty, and just did his normal routine work on my application by marking my application to the deputy superintendent of police of Islampura, to whom I had earlier talked, and who also had arrived there, for the meeting with superintendent of police. And prior to this, superintendent of police was so sharp that named Sayyid Ali Raza, that he assessed the reason of my arrival to him, and he said to me whether you had a fight with your brother. In other words, that it was a satirical words, and the true words were whether you had fight with your lawyer community, meaning with your lawyer community. I replied yes, and when I moved from there, then nothing happens. No one arrived. Police never contacted me. Police never contacted the accused people. I even gave them the number of the accused people by arranging somehow. And then I filed a petition 22A 22B of Criminal Procedure Code of 1898 of Pakistan in the Session Court Lahore, and before the District and Session Judge Lahore. And hearing upon hearing passed, and a time arrived when I argued. But when I argued and the police commands arrived, then he said that police commands is against you. I said police always lie. And if police didn't used to lie, then why, and police, if police ever or would ever or ever starts giving justice to the people, then why we would come to you? But he never get satisfied, and rather said to me that according to the judgments and case laws, he is authorized, and uh, he is justified to dismiss my petition. I asked him and requested him to give me some time and till the next hearing, and I would arrange some case laws in contradiction to your stance. He said, "Okay, get your next date of hearing from the reader of the court," and I get the next date of hearing from the reader of the court. I I went on the next date of hearing, and I uh, gave the judge, addition session judge with the name Mudassar Fareed Khokhar, the judgment which was 2022 of MLD note 12 16 63 Islamabad, And I read these excerpts in front of him, which also I am going to do it for all of you. Power of Section 22A, powers of ex officio justice of peace. If she dixit of police scope, ex officio justice of peace is not bound by the report of the police, as he exercises a quasi judicial functions by looking at all the facts and circumstances before him. The police report being only one of them, entire purpose of Section 22A oblique 6 oblique clause bracket clause CRPC will be defeated if the police report becomes binding on a justice of peace. Relevant case laws which deals with this is Yunus Abbas versus Additional Session Judge Chakwal PLD 2016 Supreme Court 581, and I gave him the this case law and copy of this case law to him. But and at the same time, and the stance which he had made in the previous hearing that the police report is binding upon him, he uh, re- retreated and refracted from his stance by saying that when he had said to me that the police report is binding upon him, I said you had said to me that police report is binding upon you. By the way, he again made uh, he said to me that okay, I will. But again, then he said to me that why you attempted to sit on the place of, at the place of someone else. Said to him that and said to me that you try to do the illegal possession. I said to him that the vicinity of the court and the place in the vicinity of the court is not the possession and legal possession of anyone and is not the right of anyone. Rather, it is the mutual uh, right of everyone, and it's the mutual uh, ownership of everyone on the basis and as their title of being the lawyer. Then he said to me he didn't agree. He didn't get satisfied, and he said to me that he would think about upon it and he would decide the matter. But contrarily, he again submit the report comments of the police which he earlier had called upon, and he repeated this behavior 2 to 3 times, and 3 times he submitted he called for the police report. And in the previous hearing I went to the court again and I asked the reader that this file should be in the stage of decision and not in the stage of arguments, as I earlier has argued upon it 2 times. He said that right now the judge is on a leave, and when he will come next time, then you can argue and ask the same before the judge. And he asked me kindly take the next date of hearing from him. I took the next date of hearing from him, and today I again argued before him, before the judge Mudassafri Khokar, additional district and session judge Lahore. I asked him to decide the matter on merit. He said to me that the police report is against you. I replied that Police never give the report and comments in favor of the complainant. Police always lie and deny the actual facts of the case. I said to him that if police ever used to speak the truth and ever used to provide justice, then why we had the need to come to you and file the writ petition to you and avail the legal remedy. He said but he never got satisfied. Contrarily, he asked me that he offered me that if he managed to arrange a sitting and a place for me in the vicinity of the courts, then whether that would be enough for me, and that then whether it would be then whether I would be satisfied with that. I replied to him that if he can manage the place or for me in the court for my sitting and in order to deal with my clients, as at home it is very difficult to catch the clients as compared to the court. I said to him that if he can arrange that, then he should do that, and I would be very happy with him. But at the same time, I asked him that I will not retreat from my stance of lodging the FIR, first information report, and complaint against the accused lawyers, accused hooligan lawyers. He said that you are abusing the process of law. I said, no, I am not abusing the process of law. Rather, it was the abuse of law which and power which those hooligan lawyers committed by beating me and when they were in crowds and 10 with the ratio 10 1 with the ratio of 10-1. He said that uh, he become silent and he asked me to wait for a bit until 2 p.m. Pakistan time. At that time there were maybe 12:30 p.m. in the noon afternoon. I waited. I said I had to go to home. He said, You had to go to home and sit idle, and it's better to sit here idle too, as you didn't have to do anything by returning back to your home. I anyhow I waited in the court vicinity and upon the some stranger sitting for 1.5 hour. I I waited and I went there in the court timing. But again, after the wait of 30 to 40 minutes, the lawyers, the contact and reference lawyers of the judge arrived. The judge requested him to arrange a sitting and place for me in his chamber and sitting in the vicinity of the courts. He said that uh, it would be very difficult for him as he will not tolerate uh, means this lawyer's act of dealing with his clients. Upon this, I asked the judge that no one in Pakistan and in courts, and especially lawyers, wants other lawyers to sit on his place and chamber and deal with the clients or eat or earn his livelihood. He said judge said that those who think in that way, they are not a good lawyers. And he also said that. But I insisted that kindly lodge my complaint against the hooligan lawyers and ordered passed the order for the registration of first information report. Upon this, he said that you cannot dictate me means I cannot dictate him. I said I am not asking you dictating you, rather I am requesting you, and I have a right to. He said that judge said that his father too was a lawyer and the member of Punjab Bar Council, and upon this I became silent, and I said that is that the police report too is against you. How can and you don't have any proof? I said that what medical can be made of the slaps, abuses, kicks, and thrashing and mishandling. And I also said that police can't even arrest the civilian. Then how can he arrest and talk against a lawyer? Lawyers are above the law. Upon this, the beside standing lawyers started laughing, and one lawyer make a joke that in these days police have started arresting the lawyers too. I said that when police arrest lawyers when the orders comes from the very upper authority and from the IG level. So the conclusion is the overall situation of Pakistan and the judicial system and judiciary of Pakistan is that here everyone is influenced and everyone is biased. No one provides the rights of the others just solely because he deserves that. Rather, it is a game of power. It means if you confronted with anyone and if you indulge in fight with anyone, then he must be weaker than you in financial resources, in power dynamics, and he if is not, then he or she is not, then there are 100% chances that you will lose because no one will support you. If you will try to adopt the criminal way, then they will engage you in the criminal cases and will take these utilize the state power. And if you will try to utilize the state power, then state will not help you against them. So this was my today's story. Thank you for watching and listening me, and don't forget to contact me if in case you need me, and upon my contact, and kindly share, like, and subscribe. For today this is it, and next time I will come with some other topic, and I will try to talk with all of you. Thank you so much.